Welcome back to First Turn in 10, everybody. Today we're having a look at Hot Streak. If you're unfamiliar with the series, this is not a rules tutorial. This is just a general vibe check on how the game actually plays out. So we'll just be going through the first turn. The objective of this game is to make lots of money. You start the game with, I think, $20, and then you try to increase that into more dollars. And how you do that is you pick which of the racers. I probably should light them down so you can see them. That's what they look like there. Yeah, they're all there. Which of the racers is going to finish first, second, third? You can bet on people to lose. You can bet on people to get knocked out. It's quite a fun game, I must say, and lots and lots of random chance. How it works is at the beginning of the game, there is a deck created from all of the cards. So if this is a 4-player game, you have the starter cards for each of the 4 racers, which says they recover and then move 2, meaning they stand up and move 2. And then you just draft a random bunch of cards. So you know what's in this starter deck. So for example, you could see Gobbler here only has 2 cards. You can see I can't remember the name of the hot dog guy, but he basically Harley, I think his name is. No, they're written right there. Hurley, excuse me. So we have Dangle, Hurley, Mum, and Gobbler. So Hurley's got a couple of cards, and it says one move to the star. One actually says move backwards 2 spaces. Mum has a lot of cards, but one of them is fall down. Some of them are swerve left. Gobbler over here has literally just got 1 card which says fall down. And then there's just a general recover, then 3, and then there's no colliding, no finishing. That is the starter deck. So essentially now, based on that knowledge, it is up to you to start drafting which betting cards you want to actually bet on, how you want to draft, how you want to bet. So how that works is in a snake draft, so this becomes the deck itself. In a snake draft fashion, let's say I was the first player, I would choose which of the characters I want to bet on based on oh, that's the wrong way around. So and we'll get to that in a second. So I would decide, okay, if I'm first person, it would go me, then second, third, fourth. Fourth person would draft again, and then back to me. So I get the first pick and I get the last pick based on that information. So I might say, okay, I think Mum had a lot of good cards in there. I don't honestly remember. The other piece of information you're going to have is in your hand, you're going to have 3 cards that you're going to slot one of these cards into that deck, which might influence the outcome. So, for example, I know Gobbler's only got 1 card that says fall down, and then the other one is recover. I could add another card in there, but you're going to try and influence this deck in a specific fashion. But let's say I pick Mum. I think she's going to win the race. So you get a dollar value for coming first, second, or third. You can also go for a risky version. You can declare I'm going to go for the risky version, which is obviously a higher payout on first, less on second, and even worse on third. There's also a side bet option. So you'll get this side bet down the bottom. You'll see will Dangle finish in the bottom 2. That's actually probably a solid bet given what we know what's in the deck. So you could say yes. And again, you'll have a safe bet for $10 if he does finish in the bottom 2, $0 if he doesn't, or you could go risky and get $15, but also you could have to pay $5 extra. You'd lose $5 if you don't get it right. So I might pick those 2 as my bet. If those options were available. The more tickets, so because I picked Mum first, as you go down through the tickets, so that if you really think Mum is a hot favorite, you can sort of hedge your bets and decide, okay, I'm going to just pick that, even though the payout is less. So obviously, being first gives you access to the highest paying out bets. After that, we go to the deck. I would pick my card. Everyone slots in a card like that, and then basically shuffle that deck up and we give it to somebody. I think these people are just called the dealer. You basically assign roles. One person can be the starter, one person can be the handler, and it kind of keeps everybody involved in the game. What you do then is you go 3, 2, 1, go, and you essentially start the game. Now I probably should stand them up because ultimately I can't fall down if they can't fall down if they don't fall down themselves. So straight away, Gobbler falls down immediately. Next card, and this is how the game works. You just flip the cards, move the characters, shout and scream at them as they go by, and honestly it's a lot of fun. So recover then 3. So everyone recovers. Everyone moves 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and they proceed up the track. You can head backwards. There are these stars. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Recover then 2. So Hurley recovers then 2. Let me move that out of the way. Hurley goes 1, 2. We go again, recover then 2, 1, 2. So everyone's thinking, great, this is going really, really well. Maybe it will go right. So then Gobbler goes 2, then swerves right. So he goes 1, 2, and then comes into this lane here. So you can see how chaos can ensue. Gobbler goes to the next star. Now you can't star. I don't think you can star across the finish line, or maybe you can. Maybe if you got that card twice. Again, goes to the next star. Now he goes straight into the back of him, knocks him down. Now, when you get knocked down, if your card is drawn again, you can only move one space. Mum moves 2. I think that's to there. Yeah, there probably. Next card, -2. So now this is again, so it goes 1, 2 back, 1 and then swerve right. So 1 and then swerve right, and then recover, then 2, 1, 2. And when you've done that once, you've shuffle, go again. And remember, we did burn 3 cards as well at the top, so they go back in, and we do burn another 3. So there's 3 cards there that we burned that potentially could influence this race better. So you might think, oh, Gobbler is great, but we might have burned the really bad cards for Gobbler for race number 2. So again, we go 1, 2, 3, and we'd go again 3, then swerve left, 1, 2, 3, swerves into Hurley. Hurley falls over. All right, next card, fall down. Mum just falls over. Wonderful. So all these cards just got up to a great start. Fall down. Gobbler just falls down. Poor Gobbler. Everyone recovers 3. Now it says no colliding, no finishing. So let me just show you that card. So this is kind of a generic one. It says no colliding, no finishing. So everyone recovers. So let's in any turn order. So they will recover. Can't finish. These guys recover. These guys both recover, and this might be a no colliding, no finish. So they both move forward 1, and then he recovers 1, 2, 3. Now this could be the deciding fight. This could be the winning card right here. Twerp, okay, perfect. So they go there. They I can't show you because this box is so big, but they go on the first place podium up here. Next, okay, he does nothing happens. Moves to the next star. So then Hurley finishes. And then next one, 2, then Mum finishes. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So that would be the order. So if we finish like that, and then we pay out. So on your bets, so for example, I bet would Dangle finish in the bottom 2? He did. He finished dead last, so I would get $10 for me. And then the other bet I had was Mum, and she came 3rd, so I'd get $5. So I get $15 in total. And that's the game. You do that 3 times in a row. Now, this deck here, so you would have 2 cards in your hand at this point. This deck here, everyone gets a card back. So now everyone gets a card back. So it's not like you add more cards from this big, massive communal deck. You basically just get 1 card back. And now you have those 3 cards again to influence the deck further. You've seen one race, so you have a good idea of who's good, who's bad. So now the difference, so Gobbler seems to have a good deck at the moment. Now you could try and sabotage that by putting another card in. And that is the flow. Once you finish the game, you have a sort of laundry list, and I won't spoil too much, but like depending on how many dollars you finish on. So if I take, for example, I'll take the very top one there. It says $0. You have not won enough money. You become feral. So you get a funny little thing that you've done with your money. And that is first turn in 10 for Hot Streak, everybody. If you've liked the video and you've come this far, I'd really appreciate a like and a subscribe for future videos. All right, thanks very much, and check you out in the next one. Bye.